Welcome to Post Game Live, presented by Toyota, where the Warriors used a big second half to dispatch the Pelicans and send them to their sixth straight loss. Warriors now 7-1 on the season, and thanks to the help of Jordan Poole, who's standing by courtside at Chase Center. Jordan Poole with a big night, 26.6 threes in all. He had 7 Wednesday against the Charlotte Hornets. As we welcome Jordan Poole on the Post Game Live. Jordan, good evening. Monty Poole, Kareth Burke, and Bonte Hill against the Charlotte Hornets. You lit them up for a game-high 31, 7 threes tonight. You continue that great shooting, 6 threes tonight and all. Must feel good to get that three-point shot back.
Yes, sir. It was a big win tonight. We played a really great game all around, from top to bottom, and we had a lot of good looks in the first half. Collectively as a unit, they weren't falling, but we knew that if we just continued to play the way we were, everything would fall in the second half.
Was there anything said at halftime that was sort of instrumental to the rally we saw in the third quarter? Because into the first half was kind of slow there, and then you picked it up after halftime.
Yeah, I mean, coaches came into the locker room and told us to continue playing how we were playing. We were getting good looks. Just picked our energy up a little bit on defense. And then after we picked our defense up, we started to make more shots, and then we got on a run and was able to pull out a big win tonight.
Well, Jordan, it's not exactly a sexy topic all the time, but the passing has been fantastic. Tell us about the way the ball is moving, the assists you guys are racking up so you can take those shots from good to great.
Yeah, we're a really, really good passing team. And we know how to get our shooters the ball. And whenever we just slow down and make the simple passes, it's because we like to get up and down. We like to play fast, like to beat the defense up the court. Whenever we can kind of collect ourselves a little bit and be patient, everything starts to fall in order and we start getting good shots. And whenever we can have more assists and turnovers like we did tonight, we usually win.
Well, Jordan, it's interesting you bring up defense because a couple weeks ago we talked to your assistant coach, Mike Brown, and he said the leaps and bounds you've made defensively has been so impressive. What have you done on that end of the floor to get better?
It just comes to time. I think that's something that's pretty repetitive. And being able to ask the questions to Draymond and ask the questions to Andre and the coaching staff, they're so positive and so helpful in those things. And the more patterns you see and the more time and experience you come, you start to, kind of catch a rhythm. And luckily, having a really good second unit behind me here makes it a lot easier.
All right, and Jordan, speaking of leaps and bounds, what are you seeing right now from GP2, the development of his game?
Man, first of all, shout out to GP. And he's a hell of a defender, man. Great player. We are so lucky to have him. And he brings so much energy offensively, defensively, and he plays the right way. So being able to have him as a key part of our team this year will be huge. And then his work ethic and just the admiration that I have for him, just being able to work so hard and get to where he is today is huge. So shout out to GP, man, and we're so lucky to have him. One of the best defenders that I've ever went against.
Yeah, he's got the hops, too. He's got the bunnies, man, posterizing Kelly Oubre Jr. the other night. Yeah. Jordan, congratulations. We'll see you Sunday against the Rockets. You guys turn a 4-point halftime lead into a 41-point victory. Congrats on the win, Jordan.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
No
hey, Mom.
problem.
Hey, Dad.
Jordan Poole. And he's playing well in his third season here. Got the call up from the G League after being sit down last season. And now he's, like, reliable. He's good for 15 points a night.
Well, he started the season. He was off at the start of the season. Great preseason. Got everybody's hopes up, excited. Season started, and it wasn't so good. You saw in the last couple games, though? Okay, this is the Jordan Poole the Warriors need. And if they have this guy, they're going to win more games this first half of the season than most people would think.
Jordan Poole loves to get his shot going early. At halftime, though, he was 1 of 5. But one thing you know about Jordan, he's going to keep shooting. He will tell you he never has dips in confidence. He just shoots his way out of it. He knows where his spots are on the floor. I like that his confidence never wavers, because there is a difference between confidence and cocky. He finds it with confidence.
And I love the way he goes to the cup.
Yes.
How about that? He finishes at the rim.
Yes. And that's what you need, a guy who can do that. I think, ideally, when Clay is back, I think he's ideal for a six-man role. Mm-hmm. He can come in the game and immediately turn the offense up and get some points going for his team.
Carlos, Tom Papa, he goes by on Twitter, told me last year that Jordan Poole reminds him of a Manu Ginobili. And I was like, what? Are you tripping? Are you drunk? But off the bench with the way he handles the rock, shoots, he's got a little Manu in this game.
Yeah, another guy who reminds me of Jordan Clarkson in Utah. Jordan Clarkson, six-man of the year, right, this last year. Jordan Clarkson is that guy who can come off the bench and light you up for 30 points. Jordan Poole, same dude, man.
No doubt. And Jordan Clarkson will also shoot you out the game, too.
Well, yeah.
He just shoots you out. Jordan hasn't done
Jordan's
that.
a better playmaker than Jordan Clarkson is.
Let's talk about that monster third quarter here as we look at the video in the wall here behind us. And, look, at halftime, the Warriors missed a lot of shots, 12 straight threes. They were up 4 after leading by 15 in that second quarter. They blow it open here in the third quarter. Nice passing, nice cutting. Carrot, what did you see here?
I mean, look at that vision for Steph. He had to place that perfectly so Josh Hart couldn't get a hand on it. I'm looking at all of these guys. Draymond's court vision right here. They're not playing against a set defense right there. That's because the Warriors' defense on the other end was so great.
That's the key, I thought. The end of the first half, I thought the energy dipped. Beginning of the third quarter, came right back up, and you saw that. And when the Warriors play with energy, you get the defense going, you get turnovers going, you get easy buckets going. Next thing you know, a small league is a big lead.
No doubt about it. You saw Klay Thompson getting up off the bench. There's Iguodala again. He already knew what was going in. Look at him, Karen. He's throwing up the threes before Wiggins even shot it there. And Steve Kerr was happy about that. They outscored the Pelicans in that third quarter, 34-16. And like you guys said, the ball was hopping around.
Yeah, and that's demoralizing. Only 16 third quarter points. Some of those demoralizing plays came off the Warriors' dunks because they're just exclamation points. It's like, we're going to run around you, and there's nothing you can do.
And if you're the Pelicans, you're thinking when that happens, they withstood the hit in the first half. That third quarter hit, thought it was too much for them. They were down for the count.
Yeah, that's where they missed Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. Just didn't have enough there. Speaking of not having enough, Steph Curry the other night was under the weather. Only scored 15 points. Look, tonight he set the tone with 12 in the first quarter. His offense really sparked the Warriors to a strong start.
What if Steph doesn't score as much as he did last season? Because he has more help. We know what he's perfectly capable of. But if Steve Kerr and the coaches are going to look at Steph's minutes, making sure his body stays fresh for the season, nothing keeps you fresh like sitting down pretty early in the fourth quarter.
Steph has not gotten truly hot yet. He always has a couple spells each season where he goes insanely hot. He hasn't had that yet this season. It's coming. The Warriors are 7-1 without him getting there. So imagine what they will be once he hits that streak.
Man, so you're saying he hasn't gone nuclear yet. Take away the Clippers game.
It's coming.
Yeah, I agree. It is coming, and it's going to be a scary thought for the league. But he also did it defensively tonight. How about the block shots in the third quarter?
2 blocks.
2 blocks.
In 5 minutes.
In 5 minutes. And, of course, that pass we saw to spark that third quarter run. The vision there by Steph Curry. Defense, defense, defense. Who says Steph Curry doesn't play defense, Karen?
Nobody does. Steve Kerr says, hey, you guys know Steph plays defense. Underrated defense, he said, Monty.
Yeah, every time you watch Steph play defense, you never lack the effort. What he does is he plays passing lanes, but tonight he was playing some great on-ball defense, which has not been his signature, but he's gotten better at it. And you know what? That's a testament to his work ethic, because this guy, he's been a 2-time MVP. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and he's still getting better at a part of the game that he was weak at once before.
Remember Steph used to have those sneak fouls? Trying to get his hand and reach. No, he's not doing that anymore.
And look at him. He's in the top 7 here when it comes to defensive rating among guards, averaging at least 30 minutes per game. He's right behind Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, DeMar DeRozan.
He's ahead of Marcus Smart.
He's ahead of Marcus Smart, for crying out loud. And Lonzo Ball. Steph Curry is playing defense. And the trickle-down effect from Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala. Now you're seeing Steph Curry and Jordan Poole play defense. When coming into the season without Klay Thompson, we thought maybe the Warriors would be at a disadvantage in the backcourt when it came to defense.
Well, if Steph is out there, you'd think that way because teams think, let's target Steph. You don't see that anymore. No. You used to see that for a while, and Steph is so good at that, you don't see it very much. Now, with Jordan Poole, he has made a leap from last year. Last year, he was playing offense, and on defense, he was playing offense. This year, he is playing offense on the offensive end and defense on the defensive end. And when you do that, you've got Wiggins out there who's a good defender. You got Draymond out there who's a good Looney's a good defender. So you got 5 good defenders and a couple of great defenders out there.
Yeah, this team looks and feels different this season with the additions of Andre. Again, welcome back, Andre. You've got Otto. You have Belly. These are guys who have played many years in the league. Were starters on other teams. Then you think about the emergence of Jordan Poole, D-Lee coming through, and now GP2.
Wow.
Is that just 6 guys that we mentioned here? This is a deep, exciting team.
And when you look at guys like Juan and Gary Payton and Damian, these 3 guys are scratching and clawing their way to stay in the league. Every time they go into a game, you see them trying to make a difference.
Right.
Yep.
And so I think that inspires the other guys.
No doubt, playing with that desperation there. Damian Lee, GP2, and even Otto Porter Jr. has been playing defense and crashing the boards here. Speaking of defense, we always start defensively. When we talk about the Warriors, we talk about Draymond Green and his defense there, setting the tone, and he was aggressive offensively.